Hello there, welcome to my question of the day. This is number 8 in this series, and it's a question again taken from a math challenge, junior math challenge, aimed at pupils in years 7 and 8. But anyone can have a go. If you found this video on YouTube, please pause while you have a go at the question, and then I'm going to go through it. And if you came across this question on my Facebook page, I'm sorry that you had to wait a whole day for me to go through it, but I'm going to go through it now. I'm not suggesting that my way is the best way. I would never suggest that. But I am suggesting a way of approaching this problem. I'm sure there are many, many ways you could do it. So I've made this diagram a little bit bigger so that I can write all over it. And I'm just going to have a little read of the question. So this diagram shows 4 shaded glass squares. Squares being really important, of course, all lengths are the same. With areas 1 centimetre squared, 4 centimetres squared, 9 centimetres squared, on 16 centimetres squared, and they're placed in the corners of a rectangle. That means that the outline of my biggest shape that I can see, the lengths are not necessarily the same on the height and the base. It tells me a few other facts. It tells me that the area of the region inside the rectangle, but not covered by any square, shown unshaded, is 1.5 centimetre squared, sorry. So I think I'll put 1.5 centimetre squared in there as one of my clues. And I'm going to tick that off to show that I've just done that one. I'm going to make that a little bit narrower. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do first is I think I'm going to put any information on it that I can. Now, I'm told that the smallest square has an area of 1 centimetre square. So if I'm having a look inside, I can see that 1 centimetre square is at the bottom, and that must have lengths of 1 centimetre. So they are facts I can write on my diagram. I can now see actually that that white unshaded rectangle, if that has an area of 1.5 centimetres squared, and its base is the same length as the square below it, I know that 1 multiplied by 1.5 is going to give me that area. So I'm just going to label that as 1.5 centimetre, that length, because I think that's going to be really useful. Okay, so I've got that clue there. Now, my next biggest square has an area of 4 centimetres square. So I'm just going to get the right width pen for this job, so I can see that that must mean that square up in the top right hand side of the diagram. Now, if that has an area of 4 centimetres squared, let's just write that, area is 4 centimetres squared, that must imply that the lengths of that square are 2. The lengths have to be the same. 2 multiplied by 2 is obviously 4. So I've got those lengths. That's quite good. Lovely. I'm going to tick that one off there. Right, now I've got another square that has an area of 9 centimetres squared. So the next biggest one up is the one in the top right hand corner. So I'm just going to go over the outline in blue. And it tells me the area is 9 centimetres squared. Well, if I've got a square, length 3 centimetres, multiplied together, is going to give me the area of that square. So that's quite useful information now. From that, what I can deduce is the actual height of the entire rectangle. Now, I might just write this over on the other side as well. I can see that the height is going to be my blue length of 3 centimetres, my black length of 1.5 centimetres, and my orange length of 1 centimetre. So 3, 4, 5.5 is 5.5 centimetres tall. That's quite useful. Right, so let's have a look at the last clue. Now I can see that the area of the largest square inside is 16 centimetres squared. So I'm going to grab a different colour. I think I might have a nice purple there. Make sure I've got the right width there. So my purple one is just at the bottom here, and that's got an area of 16 centimetres squared. I'm just going to write that there. And of course that would imply that the length of that square must be 4 centimetres by 4 centimetres. Ooh, I notice there's an overlap up there. Now, because of that overlap, situation. Now let's get a really nice bright colour pen to do this. Okay, now because of this overlap situation here, I can see that that height there must be 0.5 centimetres, and the reason why is if I add together the vertical heights of 4 centimetres and 2 centimetres, that's going to give me 6 centimetres, and I know that there's an overlap, and I also know that the actual height of that square is 5.5 centimetres, which must imply that that overlap is 0.5 centimetres. Now that's actually going to help me work out the area of that rectangle, because of course I know that the base of it is 2 centimetres. It's the same as the base of the square that's above it. And I know that 2 multiplied by 0.5 is going to be 1 centimetre squared. And of course, this question is all about finding the area of the region where the squares overlap. That's quite nice. But what I also need to do is find the area of this other rectangle. Now, because I knew that the overlap was 0.5 centimetres tall, I of course know that the height above it must have been 1.5 centimetres, because 2 subtract 0.5 is 1.5. That means I know that that gap just up there, that vertical gap, must be 1.5 centimetres as well. And because I know that the whole blue height of that square is 3 centimetres, that allows me to work out that other vertical height there of 1.5 centimetres. Well, I've got some other information. I need to have the base of that rectangle. Well, I can clearly see that along the bottom of my rectangle, my total length there is 5 centimetres. I already have an orange length of 1 centimetre, so if I put that up the top of 1 centimetre, I can see there must be a remaining 2 centimetres left of that blue length. So I'll put that down there, which leaves me to work out the area of that rectangle, which must be 2 lots of 1.5, which is 3 centimetres squared. I think I've got my final answer now, because I know that I'm looking for the total shaded area. So the total area required, which was that dark shaded area, is 3 centimetres squared plus 1 centimetre squared, which is 4 centimetres squared. The answer was D. Well done if you also got there. If you want to leave me any comments, please do. And if you want to go to my Facebook page, if you want to ask me anything else, I would love to have your comments there as well. Thanks for listening. Have a good day.